All right, now that you have these definitions written down in your engineering notebook, I'm gonna Control Z for undo. Now that you have these written down in your engineering notebook, we are ready to start using them. So the mate constraint. Let's talk about that guy first. Mate constraint. So, it's actually pretty hard to describe the orientation of a flat surface. And so mathematicians and engineers, they came up with a way to describe its orientation. For example, the flat surface let's choose this one, the flat surface of the right side of this Lego brick right here. How do you tell somebody which way that's facing? Well, what they decided to do is have an arrow come straight out of that flat surface at a 90-degree angle, and that's how you say which way a surface is pointing. Let me show you a little bit of a visual with that. I'm going to come up to Constraint, click, and there's a little pop-up here. And now, right here, we're going to do mate constraints. Now, there's technically two types of mates. There's the mate constraint, and flush is technically a type of mate, but we just call them mates and flushes. With this mate constraint, if I have this selected right here, I put my mouse right here, and if I zoom in, it might be a little bit hard to see, but there should be a little green arrow coming out of this flat surface. That is the orientation. Oh, there we go. That is the orientation of this flat surface. If I turn it to the side, you might be able to see that a little bit better. There we go. We see that green arrow pointing straight out. Now, when you specify two flat surfaces, for example, this one and this one, it just click them together. It makes those two flat surfaces and the two arrows point towards each other. So right now there's a flat arrow, or there's an arrow pointing out of the flat surface of this red brick, pointing this way, and then the flat surface of this pink brick pointing this way. And now they're pointing to each other and right up against each other. If I want to change the distance in between them, I can always add an offset, maybe 1 inch. There we go. There's those two flat surfaces with their arrows pointing towards each other, and now they are 1 inch apart. Or I could have them be, let's say 0.5 inches apart, or 0.1 inches apart. But if we want them exactly together, we want to keep that offset at 0. And then you hit apply when you are ready. Now, this forces those two flat surfaces to stay together. If I look at it from the front view, they are stuck together. I can't move it to the right. I can't move it to the left. I can still move it up and down. I can also still move it in and out. There we go. Let's get a top view in there. Might make it look a little better. There we go. I can move it in and out, but still not left to right. Because the only thing that we've constrained is that those two surfaces need to be on the same plane. So in the next video, we'll show you how to finish this up.